It's Mayor Ron Andrews with the Mayor's Minutes from our September 3rd Auburn City Council meeting. City Council began during the committee of the whole last night by taking up a discussion related to recent legislation that has been passed in Montgomery. There are 3 items that the state legislature made a conscious decision to remove state sales tax from, and that is hearing devices, agricultural fencing, and honeybee byproducts. And so the City Council discussed last night whether the City of Auburn also wanted to remove municipal sales taxes related to these items. After a 10 or 15 minute discussion, the City Council has decided not to move forward with removing sales taxes from these 3 items. Certainly this is something that could come up in the future. There are over 50 specific items that the state legislature has removed state sales taxes from over the years. At this point in time, the City of Auburn has not done that. I remind our citizens that sales taxes provide about 50% of all the revenues and resources that we utilize to perform municipal government services for our citizens. And at this point in time, the City Council has decided not to move forward with removing municipal sales taxes for these 3 items. If you got any questions about that, please don't hesitate to ask myself or any of your City Council members. It was the first meeting of the month, so we recognized our Employee of the Month, and I have a memorandum here from Dan Ballard, our Public Works Director, related to Brant Prince, who is the Employee of the Month for the month of September. And it reads, I'd like to nominate Brant as the September Employee of the Month. He began his career in Public Works in 2018 as a facilities maintenance worker. He was promoted to a facilities maintenance coordinator in January of 22. Since then, he has overseen over 1,000 service requests for maintenance and repair at city facilities. His hard work and dedication to excellence and positive attitude are deserving of praise and recognition. We appreciate everything Brant does for our community and certainly does for our employees here at the City of Auburn as he makes sure that the facilities that we all work in are operating to its full capacity. Thank you, Brant, for your hard work. We also recognized Raven McFarland from Public Safety for 5 years with a service award, as well as Albina Williams, Engineering Services, 5 years. We recognized John Drake Zellers from our Environmental Services with 20 years. Allison Edge, the CFO of the City of Auburn, who does a fantastic job, has been here 25 years, as well as John Lankford, our Fire Chief, who was recognized for working 30 years here at the City of Auburn. We appreciate everybody that worked so hard, and especially these 5 individuals last night that we recognized with service awards. Under City Manager's Communications, we made another board announcement for the West Pace Village Improvement District. This is one vacancy. This term will begin immediately. It is a 6-year term. If you're interested in serving on the West Pace Village Improvement District, let us know, and please fill out an application. Under the consent agenda last night, we had a number of alcohol beverage licenses. 4 of these licenses are related to private events on Auburn University's campus. We have all that information included in our council packet if you're interested. There are a couple of that were not. One is for the new ownership for Ponco Chicken, which is located at 2111 South College Street. Once again, the restaurant is remaining the same. It is a new owner, which requires a new retail liquor license. And then Taco Rita, which is a restaurant that has a long history here in our city, has been closed recently but is reopening across the street on North College. Actually, that's 155 North College Street, and they also applied and received their alcohol beverage license, and we look forward to Taco Rita again becoming part of downtown Auburn. Under contracts and agreements, City Council approved a contract with Ceasefire Business for VMware license renewal for 8 of our Dell nodes, hardware systems here with the City of Auburn. We also approved a contract, an agreement, a mastered standard agreement with Jacobs Professional Engineering and Related Services. This is related to our water and sewer departments. Under ordinances last night, the City Council approved the amended biennial budget for fiscal year of 24 that will be ending on September the 30th. As we move into a new budget year, the City Council will always true up the previous year's budget to provide our citizens the realities of what has happened in our community. All that information is available for you, and I would say that we had a great year in the City of Auburn, and we really appreciate all of the folks who have shopped with us in the City of Auburn and all of our great businesses and professions that have created the resources that we use to provide great services for our citizens. And the City Council approved the 25 budget, the FY25 budget that will begin on October the 1st. There was an amendment that was brought forward related to the support of outside agencies. All that information is on our City Council agenda. Normally, our City Council approves 2-year budgets. This year, we are approving a 1-year budget. And so next year, as we look forward to the FY 26-27, we will approve a 2-year budget. This is done for a number of reasons, but we believe it'll help us with our efficiency as we move forward in the future. So this is the first time in a while that we've approved just a single-year budget. Under resolutions, the City Council approved a development agreement with Quebec Development. This is for the Vintage expansion on East University Drive. We certainly appreciate the Vintage development that includes a retail and office building as well as a new restaurant in Auburn. Across the street from this will be a new expansion of the Vintage that will include some residential as well as maybe possibly a bank as well as possibly a new restaurant. There's also in the development agreement, the city staff will be working with the developer to provide a light. This is an intersection that has become increasingly tricky and dangerous for our citizens, and so we look forward to making it safer with some widening and some improvements at this intersection, and most importantly, adding a light at this intersection. Under Mayor's announcements, I just have a couple of things I'd like to add. I want to thank the members of the Harbert College Business for inviting me over to tour the RFID Research Center recently. What fascinating efforts are going on inside the old Bruno's grocery store as we move into the future with RFID technology, and I want to thank them for that. I want to thank the leadership of the Boys and Girls Club for having me over to their facility here, their headquarters in Auburn, to display some of the improvements and activities that they have going on as they serve families and students here in our community. Certainly want to thank our Chamber of Commerce for the recent legislative breakfast as well as the Blessing on the Corner, 2 great events that they organized and led in our community. I want to thank Auburn High School volleyball coach Brian Wheatley for encouraging me to deliver the first serve at the first home volleyball match of the Auburn High School girls volleyball season. It was fun to be at the game. The young ladies defeated Enterprise that day. What a great program that Coach Wheatley has gotten started here in his first year at Auburn, and we look forward to supporting them in their season. They're off to a great start. This Friday night is the Auburn High School, Opelika High School annual ball game at Auburn High School, and we look forward to 2 undefeated teams squaring off at Doug Sanford Stadium. It should be a great game. Good luck to the Auburn High School Tigers. And I want to thank Neely Caldwell for inviting me recently to the Christian Women's Job Corps annual lunch, where Auburn co-defensive coordinator Charles Kelly was the speaker. What a great organization doing great work to support many of our women here in our community. This is Mayor Ron Anders with the Mayor's Minutes. Have a great week.